radical cutting edge design. That's the 2017 KTM 390 Duke. It is not too hard to find the design inspiration coming from world's most powerful naked superbike, the 1290 Super Duke. And we can see very clearly how it borrows design cues from this big sibling. So it's not just on the outside, on the inside, the KTM 390 Duke is a revolution of a bike packed with features to the gills. The most important feature that will enhance the riding experience of the 390 Duke is going to be the ride-by-wire throttle. It is more than just the absence of a throttle cable. It is the guarantee of a smooth throttle response where rider throttle movement is going to be aided with sensors, and that will make the throttle response much smoother, much more controlled and measured. The LED headlamp that we saw in the design is a piece of art. Of course, inspiration from the 1290 Super Duke comes across clearly, but in itself, it is highly, it's a great safety feature on the bike because it makes the bike highly visible to others on the road. 20 LEDs that give the outer illumination, and being LEDs, it is also better for the battery consumption. The TFT display on the 390 Duke is again something which is not available in bikes segments above this class. And the 390 Duke boasts of a beautiful, colorful TFT display that will allow the rider to see the data and information in a clear and precise manner. The TFT will be ambient light adaptive. That means if the light outside is harsh or it is dull, the TFT will adapt itself so that the data information, etc. is always clear. It will change colors at high revs so that whenever you are at a higher rev, the fonts, etc. become larger, so it's much easier for you to read them when you're going faster. And with the KTM MyRide, the TFT is also enabled to pair with a smartphone, which means through the handlebar you can see if someone's calling you, park your bike and take the call, and if you are also listening to music, change music tracks as well. So a highly advanced TFT display console comes on the 390 Duke. A new side slung exhaust, which made of aluminum canister, keeping the weight low, helps the bike get a big bike look, centralized masses, and also is better for emissions. An all new dual color split frame with a bolt-on subframe is new to the bike. It will be equally responsive as the outgoing frame and yet easier to maintain since it's a split frame. The bike maintains the lightweight steel trellis frame and the nimble handling on the 390 Duke continues. Adjustable levers on the bike, both on the clutch and the brake, will help riders to choose their comfort level basis their hand size and glove thickness, and also reduce stress for the rider when he's riding. An all new open cartridge USG suspension on the bike, adjustable for height, better for leakage prevention, and a much improved ride quality for the rider. Slipper clutch introduced on the 2016 model continues on the bike, eliminating rear wheel chatter and allowing for faster and smoother cornering for the 390 Duke. More features include a larger, bigger front brake with a larger rotor of 320 mm, greater stopping power for the bike, an all-new large steel fuel tank of 13.5 liters, which easily provides the bike with more than 100 km range over the outgoing model, wider rear view mirrors, ensuring that it's much more easier for the rider to see bikes behind him and traffic behind him, a new UV resistant paint on the bike, which means that the color of the bike doesn't fade even with exposure to sunlight over years. It is also much easier to crank the new 390 Duke with a one-touch, soft-touch cranking. It's a contactless cranking system wherein there is no physical contact of strips when the bike is cranked, and in fact it is magnetically induced. the new evap system, which prevents the loss of fuel due to evaporation and instead purges the fuel back into circulation and easily increases the fuel efficiency by 4 to 5%. ABS by Bosch on the 390 Duke continues, a dual channel ABS if to remind you, and by Bosch, so the safety standards on the 390 Duke are unmatched.